Today we're going to be looking at the Ridgemonkey 7.5 litre mini bucket. It's a smaller version of the original modular bucket that Ridgemonkey brought out. It's a fantastic bit of kit, and it's a simple bit of kit, but it comes in really, really handy. I've actually got two of them. I'm going to show you what I use them for, so let's go and check them out. So this is the bucket then. As you can see, it's just a little 7.5 litre bucket, and basically you pop the top off. You might be able to see on here I've got solids written on there. This is my solid bag bucket. So in here I obviously keep my solid bag kit, and then you have this little tray that sits in, and I've not put the lid on properly, but basically this little tray comes out. It's got a lid that clips on, so it keeps everything contained in there, and basically in this little lid I've got my solid bag kit. So normally these will be tied up as solid bags. I've not used solid bags for a few sessions, and clearly I need to tie some up, and I haven't done. But basically in here I've got my solid bag set up. So these are old rigs. Obviously, if I was going to tie one of these up, I'd obviously chop that off and put a new rig on. But I've got my leads set up on my stem, so obviously I can quickly put them onto a loop on the line to obviously recast or put a bag out. And normally what I have in here is several bags all tied up ready to go. I've then got any bits of kit that I need, like PVA, spare leads and bits and bobs in the centre. I've got some baiting needles, a few little things, some hair stops if I need them, and then that's everything sort of in there, sort of ready to tie a solid bag up. So that's what I keep in the top lid, nice and simple. Just do that up again, and in the bottom I've got a couple of different packs of solid bags depending on what size bag I want to use and sort of how far I'm chucking them, etc. And then in the bottom I've got my hook bait. So in here I've got some wafters. These are actually Secret 7 S7 wafters, and in here I've got a mix of fluoros. So I use small, the DNA small size dumbbells for my solid bags. They're perfect, they fit in there much better and nice and compact, and that's what I keep in there. And then I've got the solid bag mix, which is a mix of the mini Cray mix and the maxi Cray mix from DNA. That's what I use. I find the bigger bits imitate the hook bait a little bit more, and they're a little bit more likely to not feel the hook bait to be too big of a size to pick up and feel a little bit cautious. And then the micro Cray mix fills in all the little gaps in the PVA bags, so that you can get them nice and compact. I've got a couple of these little quarter scoops because it makes it a little bit easier to fill up the bag when I'm loading them. I have some different liquids in here, and that's a combination of different liquids. It's got some liquid, oil, and a few other little scent trails in there, and that's what I use to basically inject into the bag with one of these if I feel I need a little bit more traction. So basically everything is in that bucket, ready to fish solid bags as and when I need to. So if I wanted to just go out fishing only solid bags, I could just take literally this bucket with me, and it's got everything in there ready to go, and it all just goes in there like that, and then that just goes on the side of the barrow. So yeah, nice and simple, brilliant bit of kit. I'll show you the other one because I use the other one in a similar way but slightly different stuff in it. So this is the other one, different sticker on there just so I can identify it. Obviously the old one has got solids written on it, so it is quite easy, but it's just so that I know if I try and grab it quickly. Exactly the same. Obviously you've got your internal little tray, and in this one, this is what I use for my standard rig. So at the moment I've not really got a lot in there. I've got some mesh bags tied up, so this is what I use for fishing, like my leg clip setups. So generally speaking, if I'm fishing a leg clip, I might want to nick on a little bag if I'm fishing somewhere for more bites and I want a little bit of attraction. I'm actually fishing a little mesh bag on my margin rod today, so it's coming quite handy for that. I've obviously got the little tools and bits and bobs in here for rebaiting and sorting rigs out, that sort of thing. And in here I actually put my old rig, so when I use a rig I just chuck the old one in here, and so that I can chop them up and save all the bits if I can reuse them, so I don't go losing anything. I also put fresh rigs in here, so if I'm expecting a few bites, I actually have rigs tied up in here ready to go, so that they're nice and safe, they're not going to get damaged, and then if I get a bite I can just grab one out of there, already baited up, ready to go, and I just stick it on the rod and send it out into the pond. Now in the main bit of the bucket I've got a little bit of PVA, obviously for like my boilie fishing. and then I've got several different hook baits. So I've got some larger DNA wafters, I've got my glugged up bug bottom baits, I've got some of the DNA halftone bug pop-ups, which I use in conjunction with the DNA bug bottom baits as a snowman. I've got some cured hook baits, and then I've got some larger wafters, and in the bottom of there I've also got some 4mm pellet, which is looking quite low at the moment because I've used quite a lot of it, and that's 4mm bug, and I actually use that within my spod mix and also to fill up the mesh bags for casting out over the baited area or to cast with shoving fish or whatever. So that's basically what I keep in there, and that's obviously for my more general rigs as opposed to my solid bags. And yeah, that's what I'd use them for. So great little bit of kit, and really handy. I recommend getting yourself one. So there you go then, hopefully you found that interesting. Great little bit of kit, not too expensive, but keeps everything nice and organised and up together. And like I said, if you think maybe you're going to just be using solid bags on a session, you can just grab the bucket, chuck it on your barrow, or even carry it if you're fishing off your back in a rucksack or whatever and travelling light. It's a really nice way of keeping things up together and in one place. I find it really helpful on a night session or when I'm fishing a longer session where I know everything's in one place and I can just grab that bucket. So if I get a take and I'm fishing solid bags, I can just grab the solid bag bucket, pick out another solid bag and put it on ready, back on the spot, ready for another bite. So it just makes you a lot more efficient, keeps everything up together, keeps it all organised. And I find the more organised you are on the bank, the more chances you're going to catch of fishing, because it just makes you more effective when you're there. So obviously I've got the other bucket for my more general rigs, for my bottom bait fishing, for my wafter fishing, or fishing like normal sort of boilie rigs, and it keeps it all in one place so I know where everything is. So I highly recommend getting yourself one. They're really good, really like them, not too expensive, and yeah, they do a great job. Hopefully you've liked the video. If you have, please subscribe to the channel down below. Well, you can't click on this button actually, think about it, but subscribe somewhere within the channel. Check out the social media shown at the bottom of the screen. We put on lots of content onto the Instagram and onto our stories, so you can see us live in session and keep up to date what's going on. And yeah, if you get out on the bank, be lucky, and I'll see you again soon.